the history of sketch comedy. What attracted you and your wife to this subject matter?
Well, way back when we were starting to find a way to work with each other, before any of the romance blossomed, we were working together. I was a very accomplished, very brilliant writer and director and producer, and we started trying to figure out a project that we could do together. And when we had this meeting, I just want to make sure, so people need to know that my wife is a good, dyed-in-the-wool, Bronx-born New York Jew, and she has an encyclopedic knowledge of Jewish jokes. And during that first meeting, we talked. She told me a bunch of jokes, and I was laughing uproariously, Rich. And she kind of looked at me sideways, and she said, "Boy, you are really finding these jokes funny." And I said, "Hey, I've never heard these jokes. I'm a black kid, a black Catholic kid from Detroit. I don't know these jokes. Lay some more on me." And then as the conversation went on, we found ourselves analyzing the jokes, breaking them down, talking about what makes them funny, and realized that we have a very similar sense of humor. And years later, you cut to quarantine, and she had this idea. And she said, "What, you know more about sketch comedy than anybody I know. What if we did some kind of a book or a podcast or something about the history of sketch comedy?" And we pitched it to Audible. And I remember in the pitch, this is last year. This is, it was March of last year. And her pitch was, if Keegan-Michael Key was guest lecturing at NYU and was going to do a 10-week series on the history of sketch comedy, I think it would be a very popular class. I think he'd get a lot of apples at the end of the day. And that was the hook, and they bought it. And so then we started working on it. And she put it together, she created it, and she kind of put the format together, and then just gave me an opportunity to shine. And now we're in a position where we get to share it with all these other people out there in the world.
How far back do you go? Like what do you go?
We go way back. I think a lot of people think we were going to start at SNL or something. We go back to ancient Sumeria. Rick. We go to 1900 BC Sumeria, where literally the first 1900 BC Sumeria is literally the first recorded joke.
So, okay, what do you mean it's the first? Like, what was it? Hold on a second. Why does I don't even know why does a pterodactyl cross the road? I mean,
there's something about the oxen, right? Yeah, it literally, it's actually a fart joke. It is a fart joke. It's something about a young bride sitting on her husband's lap and farting, and how that is untoward or something. Listen, it's lost in the context, I'm sure.
You're going to be like, wait for it. Is that a way Homer? Is that you get it on the way home?
It's a 3,000-year way Homer. On the way back in your chariot, you're going to get, oh, yeah, she was on his lap. So literally, I think it's so funny because in the series we even talk about it, we go, hey, isn't that funny? The people who came to us with the wheel and written language also came up with the fart joke.
What does that say about the human race that the first joke was a fart joke? I guess it just stands the test of time.
It stands the test of time. It's just never not funny. So we literally start. I mean, there's a whole half a chapter about cavemen and our suppositions about what we think cavemen found funny and how they communicated that to each other. And we go all the way from so we literally go from Neanderthals to Trump jokes on SNL. And so it's the whole gamut. We run the gamut of history. Yeah. So, Sumerians, Greeks, medieval times, the 15th century, then the advent of vaudeville. We do the whole thing.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.